Okay, so I decided to come on live and say this because, um, I don't know, it just takes forever for my shit to load. So maybe it won't take this forever to load, or maybe catch it when I say it. Um, but basically, you know, I'm 30, right? Um, my process has been interesting. Gone through a lot of things, with sexuality that I've had to come in process. Um, Back in the day, when I was younger, I didn't really feel anything towards anyone, sexually wise, for a number of reasons. I'm not gonna get in. Have I didn't have the sensation of feeling horny. I didn't feel that. So then while I got older, uh, I became more open and was able to feel that feeling. Um, I'm assuming now it probably has something to do with the hormone levels, something like that, on top of an array of things, that I liked girls, but I wasn't allowed to, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, now that I'm taking hormones, it's interesting. Um, you know, done research, watched people, listened to people, thank God, because there's just a lot going on mentally. And, you know, I don't really trust a lot of people to talk about my problems with, personal problems. And so, really, the only person that I talk about my personal problems with is Ashley. And sometimes, depending, um, it's really hard to talk to someone you're with, in a relationship with, about personal things without feelings getting hurt, without things being misunderstood, without pride and ego getting, uh, damaged. So sometimes, just like with me and you, sometimes, when we talk to each other, things get misunderstood and, you know, whatever. So certain things with sexuality, just like with you, she's insecure about. And mainly, she's insecure about, um, I don't know if I should say this, you know, because try not to share, whatever. But, like, basically, I gave you trust in an area that I can't give to anybody else. And during really frustrating times, uh, like stressful times, it is apparent that that is an issue. Even though I don't want it to be an issue, uh, I started life in this incarnation, in this body, not really giving a fuck about sex and about really my own personal, whatever. Uh, it was just really all about other people. And I didn't, you know, a lot of mental gymnastics that I had to go through in order to allow myself to be okay with being in an energy of which things can happen to me. Um, so I just, at the beginning, I just, like when I was younger and stuff, I didn't, it keeps coming and then going and then coming and then going. Um, yeah, that's it. At the beginning, I didn't really think, um, that, like, sexual release was a reason to be uptight or to have an attitude or to be stressed. Because I didn't feel horny. So, it never made sense to me why people kept complaining about not having sexual release or talking about how it's been some odd time and they haven't had an orgasm, and of course they're stressed. Like, even on the Golden Girls, there's an episode where Miles, where I'm old, where Rose has to be abstinent for a period of time to help the crops come back in St. Olaf, and Blanche tries to convince her to not tell him the truth, but to, like, withhold love from him in order to, like, manipulate him for some bullshit. And it ends up backfiring, obviously. But, Miles is, like, he's really, like, tense, and, like, he gets kind of short with Rose, and then he apologizes, and he's like, sorry, I'm just, I'm just kind of, like, tense and stressed for all the, obvious reasons, like hinting to the fact that they haven't had sex yet, and that's why he's stressed. And I never really liked that. I don't like when people say, oh, I got blue balls, and, like, you gotta fix that. I don't think it's an excuse. I don't think it's a reason to succumb to anything, just because you have a fucking thing or whatever the fuck. Just take care of it and whatever. So, but now that I'm on hormones, and it, from everything that I've researched and my own feelings, yeah, there's stuff happening to my body chemistry, to my libido, that I don't quite understand. There are thoughts I'm having that I don't like, that I don't understand. And I'm having to talk with Ashley about it because they scare me. Um, And I just really, it's like I want to be blunt, but I don't. But I hate just trying to, because I get lost. But I just, you know, I don't like the hold that I feel that you have over me because of the trust that I gave you. I don't like that. I don't like how it makes me feel because it's not a game. It's not something to be made light of. It's not a manipulation tool. It's not a ha, look what I have. It's sacred. It's special. And I thought that you knew that and understood that, but no, you use it against me. So it makes me kind of weary to want that opportunity again. It makes me a little bit sour. Uh, that and I don't have a release, and you throw it up in my face that I won't. Um, it's hard for me to understand how this makes me feel. I'm trying my best to understand the thoughts and the feelings that I'm having because of these things. I read and I see a lot of people going through the same stuff, so it makes me feel better. I'm not alone having these feelings. Um, but, you know, long story short, I just want you to come home and fuck me. Honestly. It's, so, take that as you will. Do with that as you may. That is the truth. And there are thoughts that I'm having that I don't want to have about men. That is really confusing me and making me feel strange. And it's like, if you would just come home, all of that shit would go away. I don't really understand what's going on. I don't know why I have these thoughts that I have. Other than it's the female part of my body that is just craving something that I never felt that way. You know, there was not really ever a craving for it like there is right now. And it's making me have some very strange thoughts that I've been having to cope with and deal with in my head and try to talk with Ashley without her getting upset. Not that she gets upset, but at the time that I say it, I'm upset when I say it because I'm embarrassed. And it comes off like kind of like angry, but it's more like I don't understand what's going on and I need help. So it, I'm so glad I never did. I haven't. I'm so glad I didn't do this earlier because they explain a little bit of what it is, but they don't all of it. Sexual trauma, sexual trauma mixed with past demonic possession uh, shit. It makes it very interesting when certain thoughts come in your head. And due to me being somewhat of an impulsive person at times, I've been really trying to decipher things. I do feel like I have a weight that's lifted off my chest, so that's good. I don't know. I don't like how it makes me feel. I don't like craving something. It's a little odd. And the only person that I trusted doing that in the right energy was you. So, other options aren't good options. And the fact that I'm thinking about those options scares me. Like, I don't want to feel like I need this release. I don't want to feel like you hold me like that. It just makes me sad for myself. Like, why can't I give that to Ashley? What's wrong with me? Why would you use this against me? Why would you even think to use this trust that I gave you, that you had to work for, and be like, oh, well, you're never gonna find anybody that could do it as good as me. Likewise, bitch. Like, it's so fucked up, man. So, when you do come back, you're fucking me for me. Just so you know. It won't be for you. It will be for me.